Hey KB, it's Mr. Vezda, and I've got another story for you today. This story is called Mama Mouse and El Gato. This story is called a fable, kind of like a fairy tale. A fable is a story with animal characters who kind of act like humans, and the story is going to teach us a lesson. Okay? So, this is one of the stories where there's not a lot of pictures. There's just one picture for each part of the story. Check out the picture for the first part. In our picture, we see Mama Mouse and her baby mice in their home, which looks to be in a wall. We're going to listen to find out what happens to Mama Mouse and her mice. Okay, so let's start the first part of the story. This says, once upon a time, there lived a Mama Mouse, una ratona, and three little mouse children, los tres ratoncitos. Mama Mouse was a gentle and loving mother. She never raised her voice, even when her children were naughty. This is a story about a time when the three little mice were very naughty indeed. One day Mama Mouse peeked out of their hole in the wall of the big house where they lived. She said, "I must go search for food for us to eat." "Let us help search, Mamma," said one little mouse. "Yes, yes, see, see," said the others. "No," said Mamma, "you are too little. The cat, El Gato, who guards this house, is too big." So in our first part of the story, we start to hear maybe some things about what the problem could be. In this sentence right here, it tells us that the story is going to be about a time when the little mice were very naughty. So it sounds like the mice are not going to listen to their mother. Okay? And then we start to learn about this cat who is guarding the house. It sounds like the mama mouse really wants to protect her mice from the cat. Now, check out the next picture of the story. It looks like Mama Mouse here is almost showing her mice children what the cat might do or what the cat looks like when it's being scary. It looks like she's trying to almost frighten them into listening to her so they will not um, leave their home when the cat is around. Let's see. Okay, this says, "We are not afraid of El Gato," declared the three little mice. "You should be," Mama said. "El Gato has teeth and claws as sharp as knives. If El Gato sees you, he will grab you and eat you up." To show the little mice what she meant, Mama Mouse imitated the cat's actions. She showed her teeth and pretended to grab the little mice with her claws. "Now, little mice, mind your mamma. Stay inside," she said. "See, Mamma, we will stay inside," said the three little mice. Then Mamma kissed her children, poked her head out, and scampered out in search of food for her family. The little mice played quietly for a little while, but soon they were bored. Then one little mouse asked, "Why did Mamma compare El Gato's teeth and claws to sharp knives?" The other little mice wondered too. Okay? So we have two special words here in our story that are highlighted for us to listen to. Okay, the word actions. It says Mama Mice imitated the cat's actions. Okay? An action is a movement. So when Mama Mouse was imitating the cat's actions, just like in this picture, she was pretending to look and move like the cat. Our other special word here is the word compare. This sentence says, "Why did Mama compare El Gato's teeth and sharp claws to sharp knives?" When we use the word compare, which we'll use a lot in kindergarten, That means we're going to see how two or more things are the same. So Mama Mouse was saying that the cat's teeth and claws were sharp as knives to kind of scare her mice children into staying inside. But I wonder if they're actually going to stay. Uh-oh. Look at our third picture here. There's El Gato. Here's the cat. Does it look like the mice decided to stay inside like their mother told them? Doesn't seem that way. Oh boy. This looks dangerous. Let's see what happens. Now, the three little mice were feeling very smart and very brave. Can you guess what they did next? Uno, dos, tres little mice poked their heads out of their hole and looked around. When the coast was clear, they tiptoed out. They went towards the kitchen. Shh, or El Gato will hear us, said one little mouse. You shush, whispered another. You both shush, said the third mouse. As the three little mice were busy shushing each other, El Gato pounced. The little mice ran as fast as they could, but El Gato trapped them in a corner. Mama, 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 they cried. They watched and trembled as El Gato bared his teeth and raised his claws. Oh no, our three little mice are in big trouble. Now, before we read the last part of the story, this page also had a special word, and it's the word pounced. Can you say pounced? It says, as three little mice were busy shushing each other, El Gato pounced. The word pounced is a word we use a lot for animals, and when an animal pounces, it jumps on something and jumps on something suddenly and tries to grab it. Okay, so we have the biggest problem in our story happening right now. The three little mice did not listen to their mother. They came out of their home, and now they are trapped by the cat. I hope Mama Mouse can save them. Okay, when we take a look at our picture for the last part, it looks like Mama Mouse is going to try to save her children. When I look at her, I see four words that are all the same coming off of her. It looks like she's saying, woof, 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 woof. That kind of tells me that Mama Mouse might be acting like a dog, and it's confusing the cat. Let's read to find out. Mama Mouse wasted no time. She scampered up behind El Gato and stood up on her back paws. She raised her arms high. She opened her mouth, and can you guess what she said? She barked at the top of her voice. Woof, 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 woof. A dog, thought El Gato, who's as frightened of dogs as the mice were of cats. He turned and dashed out of the room. Back in their hole, the three little mice said, We are sorry, Mama. You were right. El Gato has teeth and claws as sharp as knives. Mama Mouse smiled. She was content knowing that the little mice had learned an important lesson. She said gently, Yes, but there is one more lesson for today. What is that, Mama? Asked the three little mice eagerly. Learn to speak another language. You never know when you will need it, Mama said. Now here's your first word in dog language. Woof. Say it with me. Woof. Woof, said the three little mice. Now, I really like the message of this story, but first let's talk about one of our other special words. That word is content. Can you say content? Nice job. The sentence says she was content knowing that the little mice had learned an important lesson. The word content means you are happy and satisfied. So that's one of our special words. And when you hear it, think happy. Okay? Now let's talk about the message or the lesson we're supposed to learn from this story. Mama Mouse says, learn to speak another language. You never know when you will need it. Okay? So Mama Mouse knew how to talk like a dog. She started making dog sounds at the cat to save her children. Okay? So the lesson we're supposed to take away is yeah, sometimes we might want to learn another language because we never know why it might help us. And this makes me think of our class. This makes me think of Spanish class with Mr. Mack. Okay? Some of you have not had Spanish class yet, but you will very soon. And that's pretty exciting. So that's the lesson we're supposed to take away from this fable, Mama Mouse and El Gato. You never know when you might need to use something you learned, just like another language. Thank you for listening to our story, everyone. You did a really great job.